All right, got the DJI mic, the original mic 1, whatever you want to call it, and I was able to charge that receiver on that USB-C pretty quickly. But my air conditioning, I don't want you to hear that droning. Listen, folks, I watched a couple of YouTubers. I'm going to borrow what they said. I'm going to regurgitate. One, he was really funny. He says, this is a black guy, and he says, hey, lots of you be watching my videos, but you don't be subscribing. What's up with that? And I would probably say the same thing is true. Like I had a gentleman I met the other day he's not even a subscriber. He thought it cost him money because of that word. Folks, I'm about ready to start begging. What they call e-begging. Here's an e-beg for you. If you watch my videos, you can follow me. Forget that word subscribe. That doesn't mean you're joining a membership, you're buying, it means we got to switch up and go outside. I got to give you guys more entertainment. Let's go out here. Get away from that air conditioning and get out here next to the microphone. Get out here next to the bike. I can actually stand away from it pretty far and you can still hear me. Let me close my door here. Oh, it's partly cloudy today, it did say. Not going to be that that hot today. There we go. Now you got the bike there and stuff. Yeah, I ain't gonna get cheap on you. This is what we can do with the iPhone, baby. Listen, here comes some e-begging. I need you to follow me. All right? The YouTube channel I have is very successful. I mean, a lot more than some and less than maybe most. Well, I don't even know about most because when I Googled it one time, very few people on this YouTube business, first of all, they're all going to that TikTok. That's the new thing. A lot of people are actually, watching shorts. Their attention span isn't long to watch these longer videos. Now, I know that geezers like you and I will watch them, but there is a transition to that TikTok. I'm trying to figure out the right thing there so I can be in the frame with that beautiful motor. My e-beg, again, is for you to subscribe. I need the play button, the 100,000 subscriber. These guys, I watch them on YouTube, they all got it behind them. One guy, he just like leans it against the wall, but they all make sure they show it to you. It's always in the background. That silver plaque called a play button. It's the accomplishment of having 100,000 subscribers. The next one is a gold one that you gotta have 1 million subscribers. I've had millions of views on some videos. I've had hundreds of thousands of views, tens of thousands of views. Now I'm down to just thousands of views. Cumulatively, I'm approaching 30 million views on my YouTube channel, cumulatively. And so all of that is rewarding and financially and everything else, but it's like Elon and Trump and any other billionaire, there's certain accomplishments that you want for your work. And I'm a YouTuber. I want a plaque that says I've got at least that first level. They only have 2 plaques. And the first one they put up pretty high. It's a pretty high threshold. And then the next one is like, you really got to be struck by lightning. And I'm going to go for it. So, and I'm right there, way over half. to get the 100,000. So would you please do two things? Follow the channel. I can't even use that word subscribe because most people are going to say, I like you, Tim, I watch your videos, but I ain't paying for nothing. I wouldn't either. It's just a word they use called follow. Click follow, and it actually says subscribe, not follow. It's not going to cost you anything. And then you got to hit the thumbs up. If I got 3,000 people watching my videos, and I do, then I need 3,000 thumbs up. You say, well, we ain't going to give you thumbs up if we don't think it's worth it. Well, all right. How can I argue with that? But if you don't mind, do it. Do it. And click follow. Okay? That's the cheap part of the e-begging. Here comes the expensive part. It's not expensive. It's actually free also. This is a free e-beg right here. It's coming up to you. This is something that it doesn't cost you anything, but it costs you a little bit of time, a couple of steps. I got my commission check deposited yesterday, day before, for Amazon. Abysmal. I mean, it's a joke. Here we are in the holidays. I would have made more commission on Amazon of what I've bought than what you folks are using my link to buy. When I first started asking a year ago, a bunch of you tried to accommodate me, and it wasn't even during the holidays. I don't know when it was, but I mean, it wasn't anything to really brag about, but this was abysmal, this amount of deposit I got. It doesn't cost you anything if you use my Amazon affiliate link to make your purchases. I'm not trying to sell you products. I'm getting one delivered today. I forgot to tell you about that. It's one I had to email. I'm getting that gazebo. I think I did mention it. And if you want to get that, you know, you use my Amazon link. And that's how most creators make pretty good on Amazon, because they're a big time review channel. And everybody says, yeah, I want that. Yeah, I want that. Makeup, that tent, that tool, whatever, that shovel, whatever they're reviewing, that drill, clothing, whatever. And people click on their links because they want that exact one, and that helps that creator. And a lot of creators will do what I don't do, and they will fill out their description part of their video before they upload it with all these hashtags and links. What I wore, you know, the comb I used in my video, the hair gel. I mean, they have a link for everything. And if they get somebody to click on even just one of those items, one person, everybody that watches the video buys at least one thing, well, you can imagine the revenue they get besides the Google AdSense that they get in their own store. Some of them have stores. You know, people have told me sell some coffee mugs and t-shirts and hats, and I'm not getting involved with it. But if you're going to buy things on Amazon for the holidays, folks, if you would go on the home page, I'll put it in the description. I will on each video. So if you're watching this, you go, all right, where's this Peckerhead's Amazon affiliate link? I'm going to buy something today, and I'll click on that. And here's how it goes down, because a lot of you do it. And let me tell you, hey, thank you for those $50 worth I got last month. And I had a few of you actually that know me personally, you know, even texted me and said, hey, I just hit the link. I know Bubba hits the link. He puts it in the comments. Thank you, Bubba. And others that have used it. It doesn't cost you anything extra on your purchase. But if you'll click on that Amazon link and it takes you to something, and then you just put in the search bar what you want to buy and make your purchases, because you started out clicking my link, it helps me out. I need help, folks. I need help. And it's the holidays, so hey, if I could do it for you, I would. All right, so follow, subscribe are the same thing. Thumbs up, so I can get the play button and everything, push the algorithm up. That helps me out tremendously. And using the Amazon link, all free, with one being a little extra step. I mean, it's an extra step to click the thumbs up, but you're already watching the video. So what does it take to reach over there and hit thumbs up or follow, subscribe? And a lot of you need to check. You're unsubscribed there's some kind of a strange thing happening with YouTube, that they think some of the people that are subscribed are bots, robots, fake. And maybe they haven't commented in a while. Maybe, I don't know what it is. I'm just guessing. But they're unsubscribing people, and the ones that, some people that are being unsubscribed are people that watch me every day. And they said, you know what, Tim, I checked, like you said. And sure enough, I am unsubscribed, and not for the first time. And so I've seen my numbers, although it's a very slow drop, go down, not up. That's why I'm talking about this, folks. I'm sorry. But when I don't see it going up, like when I first started my channel, it was going up by the thousands a week. And now it's going down by the dozens a week, or a few dozen, or a half a dozen, or a couple a day. That's very disconcerting. And what's the point of doing anything if you're not getting anything out of it? You know, I don't do it just because I enjoy it. It's a lot of work here, a lot of my time every day. This has really turned into a prison job. And so while the revenue is still there, because the views count, the commercials you watch, that's what makes the revenue for me, is the Google AdSense. Those ads you see, those commercials, that's another thing you can do. If you don't mind, you know, let one of them play all the way through instead of clicking out of it. So yeah, this is all e-begging video. And the last thing, and I don't care, I'll just say it. I've had, if I look on my Buy Me a Coffee link that I have, that is nothing but a support link, there has been in the last 2 years, countless people that have bought me a coffee, or 10, or 20, or 50. That's right. I have had some very, very generous subscribers that have donated. Remember the story I told you on Thanksgiving, how a guy came in to Cracker Barrel and left an envelope full of cash and said, whatever this is, however many people you got here, divide it up equally between everybody. And he gave this envelope of cash to the GM. And the waitress told me that I've already got $40. And I said, well, how many people are working here? And she said 100. I couldn't believe it. 100 people were at the Cracker Barrel that day. They probably needed it. They were probably doing a lot of orders that people were picking up, you know, to take home and heat up and stuff. A lot of people were in that kitchen that I couldn't see. So I've had a lot of generous people like that during the holidays, different times of the year, maybe when I'm taking a trip and, you know, they want to help me out with sponsoring me for some additional fuel with my gas hog, or, you know, whatever reason that you feel you appreciate the work and the effort that I go through to make these videos. Now, I'm not saying and guilting anybody that that's what you need to do. I put the link on there because they reached out to me, Buy Me a Coffee, and they said, this is a very nice way that you can put out. There was Patreon, there was all these other ones before a few years ago on YouTube, and all YouTube creators had this. I have a Patreon account. They even put Zelle and PayPal in their link. Zelle me. Hit me up on PayPal. And they still do. You can still put that. I can still do that myself. But the Buy Me a Coffee link versus a super thanks, which you can do right on YouTube. Some people do it all the time. They watch a creator, you have a video, and you're doing a live stream, for example, and they might click on there $5 or something like that as a super thanks. But did you know what? And you can do what you want. Google takes 60% of that. So if you gave $5 to me, now if you gave me $5, like, which is what a Buy Me a Coffee, one coffee is on your credit card, or if you buy 10 or 20 or whatever, guess how much Buy Me a Coffee takes? It's hardly even worth mentioning. It's so small. And it all comes to me. And so, hey, you'd like to buy me a coffee? We usually use it towards the continuing my work here, or if I'm out traveling to buy gas, or I'm actually gonna buy a coffee or breakfast for somebody behind me in the line at McDonald's. Either way, don't be too critical on like he's begging for money, because one thing I got is plenty of money. If I didn't even have Buy Me a Coffee reach out to me, I wouldn't have ever even known about it. But everybody has it, including those damn haters. Every last one of them have a Buy Me a Coffee link in their videos. Now, if there's somebody you should never, ever, first of all, even watch, much less give them money, is someone hating on the government, the president, other people, the state, the U.S., anything. If they're all down in the mouth and they're nothing but a negative Nancy, turn them off. Hit those 3 dots is what you need to do on those channels, and tell YouTube, do not recommend channel, and then you got to click confirm, and you'll never see that in your feed again. And that's another thing. A lot of you out there, you just type in Sarasota Tim to find me and to watch a video. And you know what you're going to get when you do that? All that other crap. If you just subscribe or follow me on my channel, it'll be right already on your computer or phone, and when you open it up, you'll see the real Sarasota Tim and the latest video in chronological order. But some people just don't get that. They think that they just got to search it every time in YouTube, and when you type it in, even if it's on your list of what you've searched before on your TV, you're still searching. You're not on my channel. You're just putting that word out, and what do you get? Crap. All those other crap people. And hey, I got to tell you, the crap people, I never want to acknowledge as being worth any more than the gum on the bottom of a shoe. But in some respect, they have helped me because of their views. You know, these people that claim to hate me or hate other YouTubers, I'm not exclusive to this, you know, they watch every video. Every single video. In fact, they get the little bell going on. As soon as this goes live, they're watching it. And then they want to try to find something they can say or whatever. But, you know, at least they're watching, right? I got the view. But I don't watch them, because whenever they ever popped up in the past on my channel or on my phone, I click those 3 dots that says, do not recommend channel. And then it says confirm. And I do that. It's been over a year. The only reason I know they exist and who some of them are is because of some of my subscribers that try to email me or text me. And it used to get a lot of it like a couple of years ago, where people were like, you need to do something. And I did. They were playing my videos, and I could have copyright and had the videos taken down and their channels banned. But I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know I could. And all of you kept telling me, this isn't right. You need to get an attorney. You need to do this. You need to do a copyright. They can't be using your. And I didn't know. I didn't know. Now I know. Now they don't dare. They use cartoons. They use all kinds of things that make them very hard to watch. I hear from my subscribers that like say it's even dumb, because they know I get notified immediately now from YouTube Studio if anybody replays this video or any of my videos, and then I do a copyright strike on them. Just like if I play music or let music come in my video that I'm walking around and I try to put the video up, YouTube immediately says copyright. You know, we're going to take this video down, or we're going to ban you if you keep doing that. So you just can't take other people's material. Like, get a life. Like, get your own shtick. You know? Some YouTubers don't maybe deal with it as much as others, but they glom onto somebody that, and you know what it is? I got to tell you this. This is another thank you to them. And I hate to thank them, but I really do have to say thank you. The more I hear from a subscriber or through the grapevine about some troll out there, I was watching something on YouTube the other night with Glenn Fry, rest in peace, from the Eagles. And he was saying they got a lot of bad press when they were, really growing and selling millions of albums, even from the Rolling Stones. And see, in those days we didn't have social media. It was all just written, on a typewriter and in magazines and newspapers. They didn't have the social media, but they got the hate. They had the trolls. And he just said, you know what? That just means you're doing something right. Dale Earnhardt made a statement one time. He was going around the racetrack, senior, and they said to Dale on an interview one time, "Hey Dale, what do you think about when you go around the track and you're getting a lot of people screaming your name, but you get a lot of boos too?" He says, "When you're going around the track and they're not saying anything, is when you got to worry." So you're doing something right when you're bringing out the hate and the knock. So I really receive it and accept it. I just don't watch it, and I don't approve of what they do, and nobody likes to be disparaged and slandered, but hey, it is what it is. So what are you going to do? Anyway, oh, who's that over there? Interesting. Yeah, we got a lot of new people in here now. So I got sidetracked there for a second. Anyway, I'm going to end this video. It's long. It's 4K. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, it's 4K 60. I didn't change my settings. I'm using an iPhone, baby. The only thing to use. The only way to crush it.